Nasser Zefzafi is a human rights defender serving a 20-year prison sentence. His only crime was leading a peaceful movement on behalf of his indigenous community in the marginalized Rif region of Morocco. Zefzafi and the other leaders of this 2016 movement were notable for raising socioeconomic demands, gathering national and international attention, and transcending class divisions, all without violence. Zefzafi was arrested in 2017. He was subjected to torture and ill treatment by police officers and held in solitary confinement for almost a year. On the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples, we stand together in showing Zefzafi that he and the movement that he represents will not be forgotten.
And we at Human Rights Watch are calling on the government of Morocco to immediately and unconditionally free human rights defender Nasser Zefzafi. In 2017, Nasser was arrested unjustly for peaceful activism. It's time to free Nasser.
Nasser has been suffering from brutal medical negligence while behind bars, which we outright condemn. And despite all of the hardship that he's faced, despite the fact that he's serving a bogus sentence, he has continued to expose the abuses that Moroccan security forces are perpetuating against other prisoners, even while he himself is detained. Today and every day, we send a message to Nasser, to his family, to his community, to his loved ones, that his case and face and cause are not forgotten, and we pledge to continue fighting to see his immediate and unconditional release.
My name is Thijs Reuter, member of the European Parliament from the Netherlands, and I was co-author of the first resolution in 20 years about the human rights situation in Morocco. In the European Parliament, we adopted it in January, and it focused on the case of Nasser Zefzafi, but also on the journalists unjustly detained like Omar Radi. And frankly speaking, I was surprised about the anger it unleashed in Morocco because our demands were quite reasonable. I'm very happy with the initiative of Freedom House, especially on the case focusing on Nasser Zefzafi. He has to be released like other political prisoners have to be released. We will keep the point of the human rights situation in Morocco high on the agenda in every conversation we have with the country.
Nasser Zefzafi is a peaceful human rights defender committed to advocating for the civil rights of his people in the Rif region in the north of Morocco. He is currently serving an unjust 20-year prison sentence for his peaceful activism. Under bogus charges, he was arrested in 2017 for leading protests of the Hirak Rif movement. After his arrest, he was subjected to torture and ill treatment by police officers. His trial was a mockery of justice, where his basic rights were violated. We remain concerned about reports of his declining health in prison and the authorities' refusal to provide him with the treatment he needs. We call on the government of Morocco to immediately and unconditionally release him.
Nasser Zefzafi is a leader of the El Hirak movement in Morocco. And he was always a fighter for the rights of the Rifian people, but always in a peaceful manner and always respecting justice. Yet he has been sentenced for 20 years of imprisonment without having a fair trial. So I urgently call upon the Moroccan authorities, release this man. He is a human rights defender, and he deserves to live in freedom and exercise his rights.